God, I'm never getting this 1000x resist video done at this rate. That one is completely taken priority for the last while, sidelining Limbus Company in the process. I'm gonna try to get it done this month, but at this point, no promises. Anyways, hooray! Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster has been announced. I will admit, I did not expect to hear anything today, but when I saw the Switch 2 had a camera, I started getting more optimistic about a remaster. And then, there it was, right between James Bond and, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention by that point. So, in case you've missed it, yes, Bravely Default 1 is getting a full HD remaster for the upcoming Switch 2, which is releasing at the start of June, this year. That's so much earlier than I expected. Just from the trailer alone, it looks gorgeous, on par with a lot of the emulated upscaling I've seen on some other people's videos of BD1. I like the redesigned UI, just from the short pieces I've seen. It keeps the classic style, but makes the adjustments it needs for a single screen game. Great stuff. And of course, we're back to single column lists for combat. I always said I didn't like having 2 columns in the BD2 combat menu, so very happy for that. It also appears that we're getting some more quality of life from other parts of the series, like the Heal All button from BD2 and recommended levels for dungeons. Good additions. The online services also appear to have returned, huzzah for that, so we'll be back to sending 1 million damage in the mail to a friend very soon. And Narende will be actually unlockable again too. I also heard rumblings of some re-recorded lines, not replacing VAs, but just bringing them back in to update the audio. I'm not certain of this, but it does sound cleaner than the original recordings in one of the trailers, so I'm hopeful. And of course, the most interesting thing of all to those of us who have played Bravely already, new minigames. I'm very excited to try these out, but what's most intriguing is what was mentioned in the Square Enix article on this. Apparently, completing these minigames will unlock new entries in Dee's journal that tell of never-before-revealed lore, so I'm super excited to see what new stuff awaits us there. And because these minigames use the new mouse feature on the Joy-Cons, added to the fact that most Team Asano releases have been ported to Steam at this point, I think there's potential for a PC release later on as well. Not right away though, needs to be a Switch 2 launch title to promote sales and all that. Now another thing, the subtitle. Flying Fairy, not Where the Fairy Flies. There's a few possibilities for going back to the subtitle, it's the original after all, but I would assume that this remaster is going to include all the good stuff from For the sequel. I mean, why wouldn't it? But there's also the possibility that, as sad as it is, Second might actually be getting shafted. If they end up reverting any of the stuff that hinted at Second, then there might not be plans to wrap up that story arc, and I would not be surprised if we just move along to Bravely Default 3. There wasn't even any appearance of the SP Hourglass, so this could be the way Flying Fairy was, where it didn't exist at all, but they just take all the other improvements from For the sequel and throw them in as well. This is just complete speculation, but who knows at this point. Something else that stood out was the outfits. There's a chance that we're going to get the uncensored outfits. Finally, the Gooners can stare at Adia's thighs in her night outfit. But no, seriously, either they've touched up some of the outfits or they're releasing this non-region lock game with the original outfits from Flying Fairy. I'm thinking it's the latter. The thing that's getting me the most is just how soon it's coming. 2 freaking months? I was seriously expecting news in the summer for this, and then the Switch 2 releasing in like November or December at the earliest. Now I just gotta make sure I can get my hands on a console. And maybe this time I'll actually be able to stream my way through the game. The good news is, at least, I already wrote a script for a Bravely Default Newcomer's Guide back in fucking September of last year after I finished the Octopath 2 review. So I've just gone through that and adjusted it with some oversight from my friend Koma, and I'll probably have that coming out sometime soon. But are there any other videos you think I should do before the release of this remaster? Let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned at the start, alongside that Newcomer's Guide, I'm trying desperately to finish the 1000X video. This is something that has become very dear to me, so I hope you'll check it out when it's finished. At the rate things are going, it's absolutely going to be longer than the Octopath 2 review, so yeah. And then once that's done, I'm going to try to wrap up the Limbus Company review because I adore that game as well, and then I can finally return to some Bravely research projects like Fairy's Effect and the Praying Barrage book. I also plan to do full retrospectives on each game when I find the time, so a full video on BD1, then one on 2nd, and another on BD2. Very, very busy. But that's all for now. I'll share more info as it becomes available, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.